Hello, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Production House podcast, where I will be chatting with the hidden heroes of dance music culture and the people that are the glue of operations behind the scenes. My name's Stretch, so if you're sitting comfortably, then let me begin. Welcome, everybody, to the Production House podcast number 4. And it's the 28th of February 2023, and my guest today is Mr. Michael Bronze, aka MC Villain, host and creative for the hardstyles, absolute legend of the game. Thank you very much for taking time to come and chat with me, sir.
Thank you for the words, man. It's too much. It's too much.
It's very true. It's very true. We're going to talk about as much as we can today. But firstly, tell me where it all started for you, where you kind of got addicted to it all.
When I saw the light, it was, I think it was in 1999, Trans Energy in Utrecht. My brother took me there for the first time. I was just like, before that I was just like hanging on the street with my scooter with friends, listening to Tupac and everything, being bad boys. And then my brother said, yeah, man, just come. And I was like, first I was like, it's not for me, like that.
How old was you this time?
I think I was like, I wasn't 18 yet. I was like 17, I think, or something like that. And so he said, nah, man, this is going to be cool. We're going to be there. Everyone, all my friends are going to be there. So come hang out, check it out. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I couldn't even imagine myself what that kind of party, a rave was at that moment. And I went there and, a whole thing opened up for me like, okay, this is kind of cool. And this is where I first started raving, actually. And pretty soon after that, we went to Impulse. You were there as well.
All night outdoor?
No, it was the indoor, the indoor one. In
Den Bosch?
Den Bosch, yeah. And then my friends and my brother, they say, yeah, we need to hang in the hard house area. Like, whatever, I'm joining. I'm here. So and then that night was like, I don't have words for that. If I can relive one night, then that will be one of them.
Tom Harding and JP days, wasn't it? All that.
Yeah, Tom Harding. From there, the little hard house raving came into me, and soon after that, not long after that, I came in contact with the first events of Q Dance, like Club Tempo.
This is 2000 now? 2000?
Yeah, it was between 2000 and 2001, something like that. And then I heard Lady Donna, and I was sold, like a girl playing that kind of music, like, okay. And from that moment on, I thought like, I had a friend in a near town near me, and he had turntables, and I was checking out his house and like, hey, check out my new stuff I bought. And I was like, oh, cool, man. And I thought that, I checked every like video of Tom Harding, of course, doing his little tricks, and I was like, so I thought like, hey, this is cool. I want to do something with that as well. So I bought my first turntables. And this is where a whole, the music addiction came from, buying records, vinyls, going through, whole Holland by train, just to get a few vinyls, saving up my money. I went to every Midtown everywhere. So I had my little collection. And practicing, in my little room at home.
1200 or 1210s?
1200. Yeah. And so near my house there was like a discotheque, like a club, and just a regular club. and we went there a lot with friends, and I was always like inspired, of course, what the DJ was doing. How is he doing that? You know, like I told you, I watched so many Tom Harding videos, like repeating, you know, with he has like a crossfader trick, kind of how he does it, you know. And I was always like inspired. Okay, I need to do that as well. Oh, how does he do that and stuff like that? So when the owner of that club, of the DJ, actually, DJ Bird, legendary.
Shout out to DJ Bird.
Big shout out to DJ Bird. Because I was always there in the club, and then, you know each other a little bit, and I was chatting with him, and like, yeah, you know, I'm playing as well. Okay, cool. And then I think after, like 6 months or 7 months, you know, he said, yeah, you want to play? Here, go. And I was like, okay, playing. And it was just one record, and he took over again, you know, because I was not good enough yet. But, you know, that was my first step. And my really first step, when he really saw what I could do, because, of course, I was chatting to him, and he was like, yeah, whatever, you know, like, you know. And I was always talking about the hard dance scene, and he was like, because in that time, people always confused the hard dance with hardcore, shaved bald heads and everything. And I always tried to push them like, yeah, but, you know, you need to have Techno Boy, Dana, Pavo, you know, those legends from those times. And then, we don't want that kind of people here, blah, blah, blah. So, but that's not the case anymore, you know, that's a past thing. And then my school had like a school event in that club. And I thought like, hey, this is my chance. I went to the teacher, and I was like, hey, you know, I live nearby. People know me there, and I play this music, and maybe it's cool to, you know, as a student to play a little music there, you know, for the other students. And the school was like, okay, that's a cool idea. So they went to the club and said, hey, let's do it. And then I had like 30 minutes of playtime, and then Bert saw me really playing, and I prepared everything, of course, like everything. So it went very well, and he was like, hey, man, this is pretty cool. I didn't expect this kind of music, and he was really interested, like, hey, what's this track and this track? Oh, maybe I can play this. And then he started playing, actually, some of my tracks, and he bought the vinyls as well, at the Saturday night evenings, as almost like the last 3 tracks of the night, you know? And from there on, you know, we became closer friends and everything, and then they decided like, hey, Mikey, maybe it's a cool idea that you know, we have a small club, small room in the club. You know, it's not too big. It's not the main hall, but, you know, you can do your stuff, you know, and we can check out if this works. And then I had my first night, just only me playing, you know, hard trance, hard dance and everything.
And this is still in 2000, or was this now into 2000?
No, that was like, I think, 2002 or 3.
Oh, he held you took your
yeah,
while to get
there. Yeah. And when they saw that it was quite popular, because it was underground, they didn't know, but, you know, it was quite popular with the kids. And they thought like, hey, you know, he was right all this time about this music that he was doing. And then they listened to me like, hey, which DJ can we maybe book or something? And then they started doing like hard dance nights on a Sunday. And then first time came, of course, Lady Dana, Pavo, Techno Boy, and it was a good success, you know, like a little family, like HSU, HQ, sorry. And yeah, from there, you know, they started to implement that as well into the main hall on a Saturday night. And then the whole ball, you know, became bigger and bigger. And when that happened, I always took the mic just to introduce the DJ, because that was happening, all the bigger events. So, and from there on, they say, hey, that's cool, because people were reacting on that, you know, like hands up and stuff like that. And they thought, hey, can you do this more often? It's like, yeah, why not, you know? And they booked me, like, they gave me like, what is it, €50 or something, you know? Yeah, just like that. Like, whatever.
Free drinks.
Yeah, free drinks, exactly. And from that point on, the whole hosting thing came a little bit. Nothing serious because I was still just playing music until the day came that Pavo came with like an agent girl, like that, did his bookings and stuff. And she saw me, and I was just, still a youngster and fresh, energetic and everything. And she's like, hey, I see something in this boy. Maybe we can, he can do something for us. And then she got my phone number through the club, and she called me up like a few days later. It's like, hey, I saw you. And, oh, yeah, I remember you. Okay. And she said, like, we have some small events in Club Matrix. And maybe, we can put you there. It's like, as an MC. It's like, okay. I didn't expect that at all. And I was like, immediately doubting myself, of course, but that's too big, like I'm probably not ready, but I didn't let her know, of course, but in my mind,
it was popping as well.
It was popping like, okay, ooh, that's a big step, I fuck it, let's do it. Yeah. And I did it. And from there on, I was like, okay, I need to.
Well, that kind of really exploded big time, didn't it? Because it was, the Matrix was, it was a new club. Obviously, it was a new buzz. It was growing and growing all the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't completely south. Mm-hmm. It was, it's a different region to everybody. Yeah. But it was accessible. Okay, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, maybe not.
Yeah.
But the rest of the country could get there.
Yeah.
And it really kind of took a new level of popularity, didn't it, after that?
Yeah, true. And they, the hard dance music worked very well there as well. And so, and from that, my first step inside the circle of trust in the hard dance scene came about, and they offered me a contract, and from that day on I thought like, okay, and I need to spend more time in this.
What was that like, signing a contract?
Quite funny though, because my name was now Villain in that period, because the club Starlight, when we had our first night there, they said, Mike, we have flyers and posters. What's your name? Bro, I don't have a name. I didn't even thought of that. Yeah, but we need to put something there. It's like, I don't know. And they gave me a name, the club, Little Mike. So first my name was Little Mike. Yeah. And, I just like went with that, like whatever, Little Mike. But when the day came, when the serious boys came, with the contract, I was like, no, I'm not.
Gotta have an artist name.
I want to have a different name. And I still remember that like four people, like the girl and two bosses were there, and they knew me a little bit, of course. And I was like, no, there's one thing I want to change in this contract. I was like, okay, what? My name. And they were like, no, bro. No. Why? It's like, this is not my name. Someone gave it to me, and I'm not comfortable with that. And they said, no, but, you played at the Matrix, and I played already at Decibel outdoor. People already know you like this. So I don't care, but it's just bugging me right now. And they say, like, okay, do you have a different name? Yes, I have. Okay, tell us. And then I said, Villain. And they were like, no, Little Mike is way better. So no, I really want to go for Villain. And they're like, okay, it's your contract. It's your thing. So, and it happened.
Yeah.
Villain was born.
How long did it take you to come up with a name?
Not that long. I had a friend that was really into hip hop, and together with him, I was like writing all these things down, what the regular names in the hard dance scene, and I thought like it needs to be not as bright, but a little, little tuggy, and we were like having these strips for Marvel, and we like it's always between the hero
and the villain.
And he was like, hey, man, something like Villain could be pretty cool. And like, hey, that could be something.
Well, it's a complete brand, isn't it?
and now it's there, you know. So yeah, it's a funny story though. But
so you was a bit like myself. You started off as DJing,
Yeah.
and fell into becoming an MC.
Yeah.
Decided you was going to be a professional.
Well, not at first, of course, but
when you signed that contract, it must.
Yeah,
have,
then I was like, okay, I because I'm a perfectionist in that kind of way, and I thought, okay, this is my choice right now, so I need to, I need to do my best. I need to do my homework. I need to do this. So I left a lot of things like for what it is, and I focused myself on this thing, just like I did, studying Tom Harding. I studied a lot of vocalists in the scene, like.
Did you take your hip hop influences as well with it?
Because it was just fooling
your
around.
English is very, very good, and it's almost a American twang.
Yeah.
In your voice.
Yeah.
If somebody heard you for the first time, they wouldn't think you was Dutch.
No, that's true. I hate it a lot.
You didn't feel that you needed to take that.
No, maybe it had some influence or something, but I don't know. I was quite good at school with English and stuff like that, but I don't remember where I got my flow from talking another language. So I don't know. But.
So from becoming an MC for the hardstyles, and like you said, the family was Lady Diana, Pablo, Techno Boy,
Tom Harding. Don't forget.
Yeah. All praise to Tom. He's actually a lawyer for Facebook now. Did you know that?
Yeah. You told me. You told me. Yeah.
So you've obviously made. I don't know how many. Do you know how many tracks you've made over the years?
No, no, but quite a lot.
Okay, but you in recent times you've literally become the voice of hardstyle. In that,
people.
In that, the bigger presentations, the bigger promoters, you're seen mostly on stage. Your presentations are second to none.
Yeah,
I think you're probably the most recorded MC in the world. To be fair, there's more captures of films and then.
Yeah, true.
You're up there in the top 5, brother. So making that turnover, because you was obviously your first love is DJing, right?
Yeah.
What was that like, having to take more of a back seat at that time was you not being able to DJ? Did you find that you was not DJing anymore and just MCing?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I needed to back down with DJing, to really search for gigs and stuff like that, and just throw myself on this whole new spectrum that, hosting, MCing, what is it about? What can I do with it? How far can I reach? How far can I get? What do I need to do to be better? To motivate myself? All that kind of stuff came to me. So I needed to back down with a little bit with the vinyls and stuff like that.
Still talking vinyl as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Still vinyls, yeah. Because when I quit, there was still vinyl time. So of course some DJs were had some, but everybody still was carrying.
CDs was just creeping in, weren't they? Yeah.
It was just the switch of the CD era, and so I needed to quit a little bit. Of course, I still visit the.
Well, it's come back around. You still do it.
Yeah, well, of course, and I really focused on becoming an MC host, whatever you want to call it, the microphone checker.
I think we're hosts, right?
Yeah, I don't like the word MC. That's why I took it out.
Well, if we are the masters of ceremony.
Yeah.
In the use of MC, but when with the attachment to hip hop, it seems sort of sacrilege to use.
No,
that.
but if I always tell to my agents, because still nowadays a lot of promoters call me MC Villain, and I say no, drop the MC. I'm just Villain, because as you know, we are the cherry on top, and it's not about us, it's about the DJ. So he gets all the praise and everything. But for us, we take our job serious as well, and we put a lot of effort and time in it as well. But sometimes people forget, and the word MC was I was noticed that it was holding me back, So I just your Stretch.
Yeah.
That is the artist's name. You know, like, oh, but Stretch, what's Stretch? Yeah, MC Stretch. Oh, MC. You know, it was like that word was holding me back. Like, oh, you're the MC. Oh.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah.
Oh. the guy that blah blah blah. You know, like it's like.
It's exactly.
Okay,
that, yeah.
okay. So let's drop that MC, and if someone asks me, okay, what do you do? And then I'm the host. You know, I'm the voice of that night. That's how I explain it. But you know, so that's why I dropped the word MC everywhere, because I don't know, it has a bad thing on it. So, you know, from that on, I was trying to see, like, okay, how far can we get this thing, you know, because I immediately noticed, of course, what I just explained, you know, the roof of the DJ, it was here. My roof already ended here, you know, like, okay, why is there a gap like that? So, you know, I slowly started like studying, like, okay, what more can I do than just being that guy on the mic? So, you know, I bought software, of course, and I thought, like, hey, I need to do something with studio work, not only like voice work and stuff like that, but as well, like, okay, how can I create a little show with my voice in it? That's how I basically started fooling around with my voice and with, you know, library sound, epic sound, and stuff like that. And then after a few years, Intense came to me, and they said, like, they were as well starting in their period, and they say, yeah, you know, maybe we can do something with DJ shows with your voice. And that was my first thing, like, okay, let's do this, and let's put some time into it. And I created all the shows, and from there on, I thought, like, hey, I need to do something as well, not only my thing on stage, but I can do my thing off stage as well, to be closer to the organizations, that they see as well how much work you want to put into in this production and everything. So this is where the more like back end of Villain started, about like creating shows, writing and shows. I know that you did some stuff as well, and from there on, I got a lot of praise from a lot of organizations, what I'm doing as well off stage. So I bundled all those stuff together, and slowly building the empire of Villain. And yeah, here we are.
Yeah. And tremendous so far, my man. The best is yet to come, trust me. So in that, you know, if you was to say, what's your job description? How would you? How could you describe that to the people then?
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's just like
you're more than just
entertaining.
You're more than just an entertainer, though.
Yeah, but the key is to entertain the people, to give them something to remember, and this is where I always try to put. This is where I try to be the best cherry on the cake. Is that the DJ brings that music, but it has no, it has only sound. But you, as you know, if you put words into that sound, it instantly becomes a memory, because you are connecting those two, and you will remember that. Just like I told you before, I think I told you that before. Like, you know, I listened the Tom Harding set Impulse 2000, something like that. Brabanthalle so many times, and I didn't know that it was you. But in a part, there's like a piano coming to pop, and I still remember, because I listened to that set so many times. And jump on board, catch this ride, party people, there's nowhere you can hide. Tom Harding's gonna get you. It's like that voice speaks in that piano part. And it becomes instantly like a goosebump moment.
Yeah, still use that lyric, bro.
No, but it's like, you know, it's something to grab on, because you have the sound, and then someone is topping it off.
But that
with the most motivational
comes
thing.
more with knowing the music, obviously. You have to know the music. You got to know when that break is coming. You got to know that there's going to be a moment.
But music is always
capture, because you know as well as I do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of spoiled bananas on top of the cake. You know what I mean? They're not really the cherry. You know.
Yeah, true.
They can really irritate the crowd throughout the day just by trying to be.
It's hard, of course.
Be that, you know. Yeah. It infuriates me sometimes that, you know, it's constantly throughout the day shouting over the music. You know, it has become a special moment to take that moment. You know exactly when you don't always know what you're going to say. Yeah. But you know that I'm going to steal a moment here because the crowd just need it. Yeah. You know, and I found that being a DJ helps that understanding that, you know, you're gonna have a 64 break here.
Yeah, of course, everything helps a little bit, but I think as well the freak inside of you, because of this electronic dance music, helps a lot. And there's a big difference between people that do their job, they like it, but do you really like it? That makes a difference. It's the same as, you know, that's talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, like when he was still young, you know, he was that freak that always playing around, and other friends were like kicking the ball one time, like, hey, I'm off, you know, no, and he was
getting called in by his mum.
He went in there back again and again and again and again, repeat. And that's basically the same with music, you know, like, of course, for me, hardstyle, hard dance music, I can dream it, you know, like it's almost like, you know, I know when shit is coming. I know when even a voice will come, you know, and it's just a rhythm that you adapt to. And, you know, then if you know it, if you know the code of that thing, you know it.
Welcome to the Matrix.
Well, pretty much, you know, if you know the code, you know everything of that sound and music. So,
and that's what I mean. You are. What's your hard style for life, right? Is your sort of saying, your motto.
Oh, well, I have a lot, you know.
Well, yeah. What's your hashtag generation there? What's the hashtags that you use?
Underneath the Instagram and stuff. Team Villain for hardstyle.
There you go. Yeah. Team Villain for hardstyle. Yeah. I mean, you know, I know you listen to loads of other music, but you've got to be one of the most toured MCs also in the world, as well as probably one of the most recorded. You know, asking you to describe the music that you love. Are you the hardest styles? Or are you hard style? Because this is
hardest styles.
Yeah, the hardest styles, right? You kind of cover that whole.
Well, we use the word hard style, of course, to cover everything up.
Because there is a real difference between the hardest styles to hardcore, right?
Well, the hardest styles is basically everything. Because, like, if I play DEFCON, what we call the mecca of hardstyle. But the event itself represents all hardest styles in dance music. So that's a little bit, but we preach on stage the word hardstyle, of course, but we try to...
But you're welcome to 200 BPM, do you?
Of course, you know, like, but not for the whole night. No. I love, you know, balance, you know.
And do you see that now in because obviously it's become very, very commercial, become worldly popular, and allows people to go, you know, maybe in America that hard dub style, you know, the headbangers, maybe that's possibly even that little bit harder, but on the half tempo, of course. Yeah. But the harder way of life, it's a way of life, right? It's your way of life.
Well, yeah, you know, for a lot of youngsters that,
but for you
know, want to be a little rebel, you know, mom, dad, you know, fuck the world. Sorry for my swearing, but you know, it's like, you know, we all went through that period, and you know, and of course, raving is like, you know, you can let go, you know, and a world goes open. It feels almost like, okay, now I'm becoming the adults. You know, that's how it felt for me when I was like 17 and went to my first rave, and you know, something went open in myself, like, wow, okay, now I'm I'm growing up. I'm making my own decisions now. You know, I want to make those own decisions. So yeah, that's probably what raving still means for a lot of kids. You know, going out in the weekend and totally go into that music. You know, be a part.
So. You hope so, don't you? Yeah, you hope so.
Of course. You know, there's always different stories, but in general, that's what I try to preach on stage. You know, my words that I use there that's my selling point. You know, trying to create a community there, and that everybody is welcome, and you know that everybody is one there, and you know you can enjoy, and all those motivational speeches, you know, and so we try to create this positive community.
Well, you have done, and you do, and you got a special connection, obviously, with the people of Chile.
Yeah.
What's that like when you go over there? Because your Spanish is obviously getting better.
It's my stage Spanish, yeah.
But I mean, you know, obviously being able to do that in another language, as well as, you know, obviously you're Dutch doing it in English, which creates that international, you know, vibe. But then specifically going to, you know, Chile, Spanish-speaking country, and being able to pull it off over there, what's that like?
Yeah, it's different, but Chile was like, it was still like a little child, a little baby when we came there with Mysteryland. And, you know, you can really like, you know, teach that little kid like, hey, this is what we can do and this is where we can go, you know. And they always saw me as that man in front that was guiding them to that thing, you know, more, better, you know. And then the day came, of course, when we dropped the first announcement that we're going to do a DEF CON 1 there. Yeah, and people were like, wow, you know, why us, you know?
Yeah.
Because they see the videos, it's all the way on the other side of the world, you know. And then we decided to say, okay, let's give them DEF CON 1. And that's why, you know, they always see me as that person that, not the one that made it possible, but we went on a journey together to that moment when we announced together, like, okay, let's give these people DEF CON 1.
Is that due? When do you go back there again? Are you just back, or are you going soon?
No, in April I go back.
Yeah.
Okay. But not for DEF CON, because they quit DEF CON was because the promoter there, you know, had a hard time. Of course, the production costs a lot of money, you know, and it's the country itself. They don't. Of course, they are rich in kind of way, but as well kind of poor as well. So it's harder.
Infrastructure's quite.
It's hard. It's hard to get a festival like DEF CON there.
Yeah.
With all the production and, you know, everything.
Actually, while we're on that DEF CON moment, the mad images that came out of there, the year that the whole crowd goes to the left, and to the right. What year was that? Can you remember?
2013, something like that.
Okay, so those images went out. What was it like to see it sort of being taken by W&W and Dimitri Vegas and Like Mike, to see the whole world doing it?
Well, no.
See what you boys started.
No, it's not really started. You know, you always get inspired by something.
We do it in Carnival in the Holland every year.
No, but to be honest, actually, the gimmick started at Tomorrowland. You know, but that was just a one-timer. And in that period, we were at, of course, with the Q-Dance stage as well there. And we saw that. And in that year, maybe the next year, we had DEF CON 1, and we had a new kind of show, Power Hour. And the show is about craziness. Only 60 minutes, crazy. Craziest thing, let's drop it in. And then I came about as well, like, okay, we need to have this. So it was just like trying out. And then we thought, like, hey, let's try to, and of course there was a little track as well already in before that, like the I put it on the left, I put it on the right, you know, and we always started doing that with the hands left, right. So then we slowly started doing, okay,
let's move, everybody.
Let's move to this track. And then that track became like a center point. So it was really close to each other.
Building it up to get everybody to just do it.
Yeah. So, and then in the powwow, we just did it. But then of course, with everybody, and everybody understand it like immediately, like, okay. You know, the track was saying it, of course. The MC was like, okay, we're going to do this. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah. So it happened, you know, and
amazing.
We still do it. And then, of course, it blew up. And then other DJs thought like, hey, we need to do that with a track as well. But then, of course, EDM or whatever, where they were in. And, you know, yeah.
But it works. It works.
We all get inspired by a lot of stuff. We see someone, hey, and then you just need to have the chance to do it big again. And yeah, we took that chance. And
there's practically a hardstyle remix of every rock song ever made, isn't there?
Probably, yeah.
So, wow. So let's get you into the studio then. So your first real production, who are you in the studio with? Who asked you to come on the track?
The very first, it was Illusion. Yeah. This was a hardstyle DJ back in the days from Scantrax. And we just chatted a little bit. And he said, yeah, come over to my studio and fool around. And, you know, we did we did our first vinyl, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then very soon after that, I came in good contact with recognizable, and this is where, for my career, was really important because those guys were newcomers as well, and they did their thing very well. So they got picked up by, you know, the ravers very quickly. So they were like the new in thing, and we did our first track together, and it was "Keep It Coming," and that track blew up.
Yeah.
And everything from that day went really, really fast. It's like, okay, you know, now I have a hit. Everybody is listening to that hit, and everybody's preaching and saying like, oh man, this track got me into this, you know, stuff like that. So, okay. So it was a whole new period for me as well. Like, okay, this is what music and a voice together can do as well, you know? Okay. Let's make some more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, we had like a part of the heart, and you know, it was a real good combination between the three of us. So yeah, that did a lot for my career as well.
Yeah,
those tracks.
So you got a wonderful relationship with many DJ producers. We've been on tour a few times as well, but who do you work with most currently? Who are you working with mostly currently?
What, studio or like more on stage?
On tours on stage, yeah.
Well, currently is Brenham Hart is still. Before that, before Corona was Wild Styles.
We're going to get into to all of that madness.
Okay,
well.
but Wild Styles and Brenham Hart, they. Whenever I'm free, they want to have me there. You know, it doesn't matter. So, so those two on stage, we do a lot. But in the studio, not really. We have planned something. I made a few tracks with Wild Styles, by the way, but with Brenham Hart still, still needs to happen.
He's got something with a huge artist right now. He's got something with a huge artist right now. Brendan Hart.
Brenham Hart.
Real commercial artist. Or did I see that wrong? Maybe it was just a remix of it.
He does a lot with EDM guys and stuff like that. Right. Dimitri Vegas, like Mike, of course.
No, it's a real pop artist. Yeah, I'm terrible with it. Whenever I do the podcast, I always forget quotes.
No worries, no worries.
But yeah, getting onto the the madness.
Mm-hmm.
He's quite outspoken for taking the event industry and closing it down, but you struggled through. You did the whole online presentations, the festivals online, and but your career is all about on stage.
Yeah.
And everything you work for is all about entertainment.
Yeah.
So how was it like for you? Obviously, you're a father, so your family, keeps you sane.
Yeah.
But what was it like for you? Yeah, when it was all kind of realistic about shit, man. They're not letting us do what we need to do.
Yeah, exactly what you say. Your words was shit. Yeah, it was of course, for everybody in the beginning, it was a little like, okay, 3 months, let's get it, and everybody thought like this would disappear. They cannot hold us like that for a year, right? And some were like, yeah, they can. Nah, come on. And so in the first was, you tag along and you say like, okay, let's help each other, but after a while you're like, okay, but this is now 8 months now and there's still no light at the end of the tunnel. So what is happening here, and so you start doubting, and especially, when you don't got any help, there's no fallback or anything that you can lean on, or, for that moment, it's just shit. And something that you never experienced before, like, okay, how I need to get my shit together, and like, okay, what can we do? So I started doing the private parties, like underground illegal private parties.
You stepped your Instagram up as well.
Yeah,
the Instagram game went like tremendous, mate. Instagram was absolutely tremendous. Just the minute that you got to do what you needed to do was just of very
course.
Clever, young man.
Yeah, well, if you have time left, like
Indeed, yeah.
You start doing shit, and but yeah, after I think nine months, I started doing the private parties as well.
One of those ones.
Yeah, and just black money coming in. Yeah, I say it because I didn't have any help, just for once, like the first thing that they dropped, and then after they count your partner in it as well, and then it was like, okay, then you don't get anything else, okay, but how can I provide my family? How can I provide this house that we just bought like a year ago, and like, yeah, it's your problem, Yeah. Okay. And then you really start to see, okay, so there is no system that helps you. And then you start I was pretty mad, and still, so because I think still like, okay, I understand that you need to help people. I'm that kind of person, but I think that we live in a fantasy world that they're like, yeah, we have a system. No, fuck no, we don't have a system, because all those years that I paid my tax and be fair and stuff like that, trying to cooperate with that system to be the good boy, and now you were like, I'm nothing. Like, sorry. Even I had even phone calls with my hypotheker. Huh? It's like, yeah, maybe you need to sell your house. Sure. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? It's bad. You are in luck, sir, because we're on the phone. Because if I see you right now, man, I will. Yeah, but this is how it goes. This is the entrepreneur risk that you took, that you decided to take. Like, what? Are you insane? Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Of course, if there is a light in the end of the tunnel, then you can build on that. But there is none. There's still none. And it took us like 2.5 fucking years.
Yeah. So how did you cope? Because obviously, there's a lot of mental health issues that have been highlighted, and thankfully a lot of people are talking about it now.
Yeah.
Have you had a chance to even discuss how you felt with anybody, Like I say, obviously
under with other colleagues and stuff like that, of course, and with Q-Dance, a lot of talk, but yeah, it's still talk, and of course, trying to set up these kind of events, like to speak out, and then of course the unmute thing came and everything. Didn't know if it helped any, but anyway, it was a nice feeling, of course.
You need solidarity, didn't we?
Yeah, you needed to try to even throw your voice in there and try to make a statement that, how far? Come on. How far?
Yeah.
And, that was a good thing, of course. And
loads of live streams, right?
Yeah, a lot of live streams, but, it was just to be busy, of course, and, to do what you love with interact with the people. That's the most important thing, of course, to try to keep the people with you and close to you. And that's what I did. And with funny videos that I tried to raise my fist against the system, and but lucky, after 2.5 years, it went the better way again, and
it turned out pretty good, right? And the end of last year, when we all
of course, last year was good, but it was still like, okay, are we still going back? Still the doubt, because you think,
We're
like,
not going to let it happen again.
Well,
right?
I sincerely hope.
I'm not going to let it fucking happen again. That's for sure. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So obviously we're parents. We look into the future. Where do you want to take what you do? Where do you want to go with Villain?
I always went with the flow, and I still do it with the flow. And but of course, Corona showed me as well that I need to do more with music, so I'm doing that right now. So I produce more music with everyone, trying to music is forever. So if you create a track, it will be there forever, and so it will be a legacy. So so that's what I'm doing right now. Create more music, and hopefully in the future I'm working closely with Q-Dance, of course, writing down ideas. And if ever the stage is not my thing anymore, probably I will do something behind the scene, like what I'm already doing right now as well, being creative, because that's my strength, I think, to say. And
that's your entrepreneurial skill, basically.
Yeah, and not only like being a host, but as well being, creative thinker about.
Designer.
Yeah, but exactly.
You love dressing up as well, didn't you?
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's all for the moment, and to make people laugh, be happy, and to give them a memory to remember, because that's what Tom Harding gave me and Donna gave me when I was first watching them in that big stage, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Yeah. So, and that's what I'm trying to do nowadays as well.
Are you ready for this year's festival season? You ready, raring to go?
Yeah, it's going to be a hectic one. It's going to be hard, but yeah. I always, like I told you, I go with the flow, and but even my agent said, like, Mike, I don't know how you do it, because it's pretty because I'm doing the Croatia shows, those vacation shows as well. So it's during the week. So it's like, so like in the month July, I instantly every day I'm somewhere, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday again. So last year it always was like that, but now it's even a little bit more crazier because the month June as well is kind of like that. So yeah, again,
make hay when the sun shines, my brother.
I don't know, man. But probably I will die.
You're still quite young, right? And you're still quite young.
People think that I'm pretty young, yeah, but I'm 40.
You're looking good. You're looking good. So, do you look after yourself? You
of course.
So you'll be all right, mate. You'll be all right. All right, listen. We're going to get on the spot questions.
Okay, on the spot.
They're not too deep and dark, but
okay.
Obviously, what's your favourite sport? What sports do you like?
Oh, football.
You're a football fan. So who's your team?
PSV.
Okay.
Okay, you're out of here.
Okay.
Out! No.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Where are you in the league right now?
Yeah.
Sorry. This is this is proper on the spot. Your favourite DJ?
Favorite DJ? But from ever? Or it's a hard one.
Well, give me three then. Give me three.
Okay, three.
Of all time.
Well, I always give props to the ones that inspire me the most. Tom Harding.
Mm-hmm. But technically, he's not a DJ anymore. So.
No, but for me, he still is. Lady Donna.
Salute to Lady Donna.
the last one. Who should I give it to?
Be careful, son.
Yeah, be careful. Holy shit. I keep it there. I keep it between two.
Okay.
Because of course there are a lot of other DJs that
you love. Yeah,
I love and deeply always be major respect. But I think Tom Harding was the first that really caught my attention. Like, wow, what the fuck is he doing? And like, and then Donna, of course, because of her appearance and playing this hard music and just being
boss.
Yeah, boss lady. Yeah. And that really got me into to being,
hardstyle for life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What's your favourite food?
Japanese.
Oh, yeah, of course. We talked about this before, didn't we?
The
Japanese. Poke bowl.
Yeah, poke bowls. I don't know. I love poke bowls. The night. Every week I eat poke bowl.
We Own the Night was where I asked you that. It was a viewer's question.
Yeah.
Poke bowl. And funny enough, I'd never had a poke bowl up until that time. Now, when the girls order in sushi, I order a poke bowl. Respect for that one.
My man.
Favourite holiday spot?
Holiday spot? Like country-wise or?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Where you've been to on a holiday?
Tough one. I feel myself as the kid of the world, like.
Okay, well that leads me on to the next one. So when what's the best country or your favourite country where you've toured, where you've gone and worked?
Yeah, Chile. Chile always, yeah.
It's got story heart.
Yeah, it's the same story with Chile as that I told you about Tom Harding and Lady Donna. They inspired me in a different way, and the whole country, the culture, and it's not that I go there on a holiday every year because but I perform there and then I stay a few days longer. But it's just the people. The love that they gave me, I'm very humble for that and thankful. And so that's why Chile is one of my top lists, of course. But there are so many other countries that are so beautiful. Australia, of course, I love getting there, coming there. Germany as well, because they give me so much love. But Germany is so similar to Holland, of course, in my point of view. But to name a few, I think that is what I think are the most popular ones to me, or dearest to me, actually.
Is there anywhere in the world that you haven't been that you would love to visit?
What is it? That's a hard one as well.
You've been to India?
No, that's one of those that I think I know that you do what is it, the event?
Used to, yeah.
Supersonic. Used to do. Yeah. So no, I never been there. So it's one of the cultures that
I don't think it would be. It'd be groundbreaking if they let hardstyle in. I think.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Well, but there's a lot of rages there. There's a lot of people that want to rage over there.
Yeah, because I know some Indian DJs there, and they sometimes play hardstyle music, and people go mad for real. So maybe
hot tip for anyone out there listening.
India.
What's your favourite thing to do when you're not working? Apart from hanging out with your daughter,
watch movies and hanging with my little one, of course. Yeah. Doing fun stuff with her, like going to. We are big fans of roller coasters.
Okay.
So sometimes I just go along with her, just drive to Germany, and we stay there for one night, and just to get on the biggest ride there, and make videos of that, and making memories. That's
very important.
Yeah, very important.
What's the latest movie you've seen that you say is good? Recommend.
Series, Last of Us.
Series?
Yeah, it's a series, on HBO Max.
Right.
Last of Us.
Okay. Chip, who's in that?
Huh?
Who's in that?
What was his name? It's like the Mexican kind of guy, but it's a game. It's a game, and they made a series of it, but it's really good. It's like with zombies and everything. So it's about this.
Okay, Last of Us. I'll have to watch out for that. Thanks.
Need to watch.
Apart from me, when I'm calling you, what do you listen to in the car? Nice car it is, by the way.
What is it? The last thing that I
yeah. What are you listening to? What are you listening to in the car right now?
Yeah, the last thing.
Who's that? What's that?
Tom Harding. Yeah.
Oh, is that Harding? Is it? Yeah. Tom Harding live at Impulse. Bravo and Den Boss. Wow. 17th of February 2001.
You're in it.
Wow.
Somewhere.
So that's exactly 22 years ago. Just over 22 years ago.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous. Like, but I still listen to it.
Hard House.
It keeps
Hard
me
House
pumped up.
is his favourite.
Oh wait, what? We can cut this. Wait, almost. It comes.
I hate listening to myself.
No, it inspired me to. Oh, for real. To be a motivational speaker as well. It comes. Jump on board, catch the ride. Party people, there's nowhere you can hide. Tom Harding's gonna get ya. Goals.
Wow.
It's like, with the piano and everything. Like, taking over. We've seen the future. Praise.
Wow.
But yeah, this
amazing.
This was on my car.
Wow. Amazing. Tremendous. Wow, that's 22 years ago, mate.
Yeah, you were still.
I hadn't moved here yet then.
No.
They were still flying me in and put me up in a hotel. That was when they had loads of money.
No, yeah, but for real, it's like, this set, and I listen a lot to Joji as well.
Joji Barbanica.
Yeah, and in that set is Majika.
Okay,
and he as well, like...
he used to be a drum and bass MC.
Yeah, he inspired me as well, like, a lot, because his way of...
presentation.
Being on the mic.
So what does 2023 hold for Villain?
Again, music, creating memories, making people happy, and that's it. What
about your merchandise, son? Merchandise is going good.
Yeah, I still need to get back on track. Yeah. I had some problems.
I've seen loads of your flags.
Yeah. It's. But I need to jump more on it. But we are back on track now and getting ready for the summer. So hopefully everything will be there on time. And then we need to switch the gears. Get back where we left off before Corona. Because in Corona we had some problems with with China and of course with the people that work with me on merchandise. So, and of course Corona didn't have an end, so and now we need to be back on track again on that as well. So that's a good thing as well to pick up in 2023.
Wicked. Well, I always love a freebie, bruv.
Yeah.
Always love a freebie.
Yes.
So, final question.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever retire?
The people, people ask me that question all the time. Like, how long can you still be that active? Because it's a tough job. It's not like a DJ that comes in and does an hour play and you can leave again. No,
12 hours.
12 hours, and you need to be focused. You need to be there. You need to be ready all the time. So it's a tough job, but it's a fun job as well. So I don't mind. But to give an answer on that question is like, I think not. I think I will keep on continuing. If I see that people don't want me anymore, then maybe I will lose my interest maybe a little bit. But then I move back to,
That's what should keep you going, mate. The haters should keep you going.
Of course. But, sometimes I think, that you cannot keep up anymore,
Tell me about it.
Yeah, but it's not that you cannot do the job or anything,
No.
but there are other people that will...
Other nuances that you just can't control.
Yeah, and then I think maybe if I witness that, for me it's still easy talking because there is nobody that I... Not to talk too big about myself, but I don't see...
You're unique in what you do.
I don't see a lot of other guys that do something.
Well, you won't be allowed to retire then, will you?
No, I think no. If you ask Q Dance a question, no, I'm not allowed. No, no. Well,
listen, thanks again for coming down. Is there anybody you want to shout out? We'll put any links that you want in the description.
People know where to find me.
Cool.
Keep it hardstyle, guys.
Michael Bronze, aka
Thank you.
MC Venom. Thank you very much indeed.
Appreciate for having me.
Appreciate you. Don't forget. Listen, like, share, tell everyone. Big shout out to the Mad for the family and the crew here for Team 15. Peace and love. Until next time. See you.
Out.